it is our first time to do that, I'm reminded of the young preacher in L.A. I don't know where L.A. is. Alabama. I'm reminded of the young preacher in Moore, Alabama, years ago that stepped up to the microphone at the little bitty radio station in the room all by himself. He stepped up there. He was so proud. He looked at that microphone and he cocked that head sideways and he said, "Hello, world." So, but you never know where this ends up and everything. And let's just hope and pray tonight that God blesses our time here. If somebody sees us down the road, it's heaven and a blessing for them. This will be the third lesson in a brief series that we're doing on the mysteries, some of the New Testament mysteries and mysteries of the Bible. The Bible said over in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 that ministers were supposed to be good stewards of the mysteries of God. And so we picked out about 10 of those and made a list of them and handed them out and to different people and to our church and let you pick out the top 3 ones that you were the most interested in. And the first one you chose was the rapture of the church. And so we spent 1 week on that last week about the mystery of the rapture. And to get a good overall view of the resurrections, of all the resurrections from here to eternity, I went to an odd place. I know you find that odd. I went to an odd place. But I went to Genesis 8. And the last verse of Genesis 8, God says something to Noah. He's giving him instructions and directions on how things are different after the flood when they came out of the ark. And one of those things he says, from now on there will be a seed time and a harvest. And so we looked at that harvest in the light of the Old Testament. And we found out that there was the first fruits, and then there was the main harvest, and then there was the gleanings, and then they would burn the fields. And then just like God said, it would start all over again the next year. They'd have the first fruits, the harvest, the gleanings, and then they would burn the fields. And those 4 parts of the harvest are a picture of the resurrections. And those 4 match the resurrections. First of all, it was Christ and the first fruits. Now, when God gave them directions about the first fruits, he said, the first fruits belong to me. The first fruits were the best of the best of the best. And I thought about, Brother Joe, I thought about that verse, thinking about the first fruits being the best. The Bible said in 1 Corinthians 15:20, now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. Let me tell you something. Jesus Christ was the best of the best of the best. Amen. That will never be any better. And he was that. And God said, bring that to me. Bring that the first fruits to me. And they did that. And then the harvest. And he said there was rules and regulations on the harvest. He said, leave some of the comers and everything for the poor people. And the harvest, we liken it to the rapture of the church as being the harvest, and then the gleanings as the tribulation saints. Really because that's the order that they're in. And then the renovation of the earth by fire. I'll sit over there in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. I don't know, you hear about the Big Bang Theory, and they say that the earth, some of those guys say that the earth began with a Big Bang. Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I can tell you how it's going to end. It's going to end in a Big Bang. Amen. You hear what he said? Heaven shall pass away with a great noise. So there it is, bang. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. He went on to say, looking forward and hastening to the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So those four, in fact, we had a sheet for that shows those four parts of the harvest matching these four resurrections. Now let's read one verse, and we'll have a quick word of prayer, and then we'll get started in the lesson tonight. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, look at 51, we'll read that one verse. Well, Paul says, Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. He said that was a mystery. I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, we shall be changed. Father, I pray that you bless us here tonight. Thank you for those that come out on Sunday night to hear, Lord, something about your word and to learn and to take these things, Lord, and not be here as only, but take these things and apply them to our hearts and our lives. Be with us, I pray. Lord, here tonight, bless us. Thank you for a good time of fellowship we've had previous. And Lord, just bless each and every one. Bless each family that's represented here tonight. Bless this church. Lord, each member that takes to make up this body. Our visitors, Lord, I pray for them and their families. Thank you for them being here with us tonight. In Christ's name we pray for his sake. Amen. All right. Now, tonight you have three handouts. And it's not my purpose to give you all of the information in the Bible on this subject. It's not my intent. Last week we looked a little bit about the resurrection of the rapture of the church. And I can't give you all the information that's in the Bible in 2 lessons or 3 lessons or whatever. But if you'll take these handouts, and I'm not crazy. I know what'll happen. Some of you will take them home and lay it over here, and it'll kind of be there. And some of you will take them and actually look through them and maybe look some of these verses up and read, and it'll help you. Miss Connie, a while back, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, I handed out a list of those Old Testament kings, all the kings, the first 3 kings. And then the kingdom was divided, and there was all the kings listed of the north, and then of Israel, and then all the kings of Judah listed. And Miss Connie said, it was a blessing. She said, that has been so helpful, because when I'm reading through the Old Testament and I'm reading those kings, I can look on that list and I can see where I am. And so these things will help you. I'm not a great artist. I do make mistakes or whatever. But anyway, if you'll take that, I believe it'll be a help and a blessing to you as you look about these. Now, I'll ask you a question. Why is this a mystery? Behold, Paul said, I'll show you a mystery. We look at this and we say, where we are, we say, it's not a mystery. That's the rapture of the church. And I want to take 3 quick points and show you why I believe that this is a mystery, this catching away of the believers in there in what we call, refer to as the rapture. And first of all, who were the first people to read this scripture in 1st and 2nd Corinthians? Well, it was these people, amen, in that day. And they, I think we miss this great truth in biblical interpretation. See, we've had about 2,000 years of church history, and we've had the biblical interpretation. We've had a lot of Bible reading. We've had books that have been written, and so we're standing here and looking at this thing through the eyes of having all this knowledge and everything passed down these years. And this book of Corinthians was written about 25 years after the resurrection. Now, we can kind of illustrate it like this. If you and I have a point of reference, how old you are, you have a point of reference. If you're 49 50, you have a point of reference. If you're 25, you have a point of reference. If you're 15, you have a point of reference. And it's different for each and every one of us. In your point of reference and how you look at things has a lot to do with how important God is in your life, how you live your life, your ideas, your goals, and all those kind of things. Now, Jesus warned about something. He said this. He told his disciples, the those that followed him, he said, love not the world or the things in the world. In other words, he wasn't saying not to love people. Oh, you're to love people. And you're trying to reach people and reach out to people and love people and try to show them the love of Christ and let the love of Christ live through you. But this world, now what he's talking about, this world system. Did you know this world has a system? It has ideas and everything, and that's what we're supposed to stay away from. Is this world system and not get caught up in this world system. And there's always been some people around that have been stoic. And a person that is stoic, they're probably well disciplined. A lot of your Oriental people are stoic. They're well disciplined, and a lot of times they'll have the tendency, because they're stoic, to think that I can earn this, and I'm a good person. I don't need anybody else. I don't need Jesus Christ or whatever. I can be good enough myself. So that appears to the people that are stoic. And then there are Epicureans. The Epicureans have been around for years. Their philosophy in life is eat, drink, and be merry, because tomorrow we die. You know, and they're like, woo, you know, and they're the opposite of stoic. So your point of reference and how you look at life and all has a lot to do with all these things. Now, these people here, their point of reference was the Old Testament laws and the traditions of their people. That's what they knew. They knew the Old Testament law. And it's a little bit like this. It's a little bit like, I'm here, and let's say these people, you people that are right in here, let's say we're the church at Corinth, and we're looking at this, and a lot of this stuff is brand new to us. And in the back of the building, Brother Joey and all those people back there across the back, you're in the modern days. You're 2,000 years down the road. There's a lot of difference between right here and right back there. You see what I mean? We're looking at it from, man, we've heard preaching, we've heard teaching, we've read when this was written, the New Testament wasn't even completed. You know, it was just getting started and everything. And so, our point of reference now, Brother Joey and we're just so thankful for our relationship and how God has just knit our hearts together. And I think we have one focus together. And I'll kind of illustrate it like this. Years ago, there was a guy from a newspaper, and he said, I'm going to the two biggest churches in England, and they were not that far apart. And the pastor of one of those churches was Alexander McLaurin. Now, McLaurin was a principal preacher. He was a great preacher. I have some of his books at the house. He was a great writer. He was a deep thinker. He was a tremendous man of his day in England. And so Alexander McLaurin, he went to hear Alexander McLaurin preach one Sunday, and some people were interested in his take on it. And here's what he said. He said, if I were to just condense it, he said, here's what I would say about McLaurin. My, what a preacher. My, what he said, it was just wonderful. So then the following Sunday, he goes and hears Charles Haddon Spurgeon. And he goes hears Spurgeon preach and everything at that great Metropolitan Tabernacle. He comes back, and the people are ready for his take on that. And if you're going to just condense it for us, what was your take on that, on Charles Haddon Spurgeon? He said, my take on Charles Haddon Spurgeon is this: my, what a Savior. Amen. And that's what he wants to do, and that's what I want to do, is just that's our philosophy. Listen, we don't care about anybody saying, "My, what a preacher." We want you to say, "My, what a Savior." Amen. That's our focus, and that's where we're coming from. So, first of all, why is this a mystery? It's a mystery because who the people were that first read this material. Then, number two, I don't know if this is a surprise to you or whatever, but you can't find. I'm gonna go out on a whim tonight. I'm gonna make a statement. You can't find the church in the Old Testament. You ever think about that? You can't find the church in the Old Testament. Now you can find the church in type. The children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. They were a type of the church. In fact, the Bible says over one time about the church in the wilderness, and what is referenced is there is that they were a church is an ecclesia. It's a called out assembly. And the children of Israel were called out of Egypt. Okay? But they were not a church in the New Testament sense. You know what I'm saying? And so they were the church that you and I know. We're a called out assembly. Guess what we're called out of? Not Egypt. We're called out of the world. Amen. We're called out of the world into this body, and so we're in that sense we're ecclesia. The doctrine of the church is ecclesiology. That's the doctrine of the church. And so, but you can't find the church. You can't find it mentioned, it talked about. You'll see Enoch's a type of the church because he was raptured out. That's the type of the church that will be living when Christ returns. Those people will be changed, and they'll go up to meet the Lord. Let me show you something. We're there in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Look down about verse. Look down about verse 53. Well, let me just get back up to 51. Let's go there. He said, "Behold, I show a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed in a moment, a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible," now look at this, "for this corruptible must put on incorruption." That's those that are living, and you're changed. Hey, you don't want that to be us. Amen. That can be us. Hey, he can come back before we get out of here tonight. And this corruptible must put on incorruptible. This mortal should put on immortality. That's us. The corruptible and incorruptible are those in the grave. Look at verse 54. "So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the same where it is written, Death is swallowed up in victory." Now listen to this. "O death, where is thy sting?" That is those believers who are living when Christ comes back. "O death, where is thy sting?" And then those that come up out of the grave, "O grave, where is thy victory?" Okay? And that's those that come up that way. So these people are seeing all this and they're understanding this. And so if these people have just come through law, they're getting into grace. The church is something brand new to them, and they're loving it and beginning. And so when Paul says, "Behold, I'll show you a mystery," those people are in an infant church. I mean, it just has got started. The church has just really got off the ground and it's beginning to grow. And they are surprised that there is a church. And they're really surprised to find out that one day it's going to be raptured out. You see what I'm saying? Are y'all, I'm not coming across clear with this because, yes, Dave.
The grave lost its victory when Christ came out of it also.
Sure it did. Yeah. And then this, we're resurrected, then that's so true. He did that for us. So, one day it's going to be raptured out. Now, it's going to be raptured out before the tribulation because we're all millennial. We're getting out of here before all that stuff takes place. Amen. How many's going with me? All right. The preacher said one time, he said, who wants to go to heaven? Everybody in church raised me and said one little more. He said, son, you don't want to go to heaven? He said, I thought you was getting up along right now. Oh, man. So listen to me. Our point of reference is 2,000 years after the church history and biblical reading and interpretation and preaching and teaching. Not with these people. It's clear from the way that they write, Brother Joey, that they're not sure when he's coming back either. They thought, they were sort of under the impression that, hey, he can come back anytime. He can come back in our generation or whatever. So God didn't. Let me show you something. Hold your place there and turn to Acts chapter 1. I love the scripture, and it bears out what I'm trying to get across to you tonight. Acts chapter 1. In Acts chapter 1, this is the ascension. We look at the scripture. He's been here like this. This is when the Lord is caught up in their sight. He leads them out as far as Bethany there, and he's around them, and he's going to disappear. He's just going to slowly he's going to ascend up into heaven. And look at verse 6. There's the disciples that were having. When they therefore would come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, will thou this time start the church? Oh, that's not what it said. Okay. Let me go back. Lord, will thou this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Oh, there it is. They thought. That's what they weren't worried about the church. They knew very little about the church. You know what he said? Look at verse 7. He was so kind to them and everything. Though I think if I'd been the Lord, I'd just got me stick and put all of them. It's a good thing I'm not the Lord. Amen. And he said to them, it's not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father has put in his own power. Look at verse 8. But you shall receive power after the Holy Ghost has come upon you, and you shall be witnesses to me both in Jerusalem and Judea, Samaria, out of most parts of the world. You know what he told me? And I'm just going to paraphrase it. He said, look, don't worry. He didn't deny that it was going to be set up one day. He said, look, don't worry about that stuff. You go tell them about me. You go tell them I'll raise from the dead. And so that's where these people were. And so our point of reference is that where we have been called out of the world into this glorious thing called the church. We're not supposed to be tangled up with the world system. I almost got hung up on this week. It would be interesting for somebody, and there may already be out there and I'm just not aware of it. It would be interesting in just the history of this country to go back from when it was founded in 1776 to modern day and go through and see what the prevailing world system was teaching at that time, and then when it changed and what it changed to, all the way to modern times. I think somebody like Brother David Jeremiah could get that and write his next book, and I would read it. But wouldn't that be interesting to see back here? This was the prevailing thought. This was the prevailing thought here. Now, this generation here, if you're here tonight and you're a young person, don't get mad at me. But this is why Jesus, one reason why Jesus said, love not the world. Here is some of what's out there. Is this generation still the millennials? No, there's one bit. What's the next? What's this?
Because you're past the X, so yeah,
Generation X.
You're past X.
We're past X.
We're past X.
I can't even keep up with it.
Z.
You know, anyway, here's one of the things that's out there that I just observed. Some of this generation, and I know you young people who come here to Brother Matt on Wednesday night and you're getting the book in you and you're coming to church. I know you're not caught up in this, but here's how this generation, some of this generation think. The world system is number one. Everybody else owes you a living.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Now, my generation didn't have that. I'll tell you about my generation in a minute. But this generation, like everybody else a little bit. I don't kid. But this is not my point of reference. You know, mine is back a few years. They want free college, free health care, free housing, and freedom from being offended.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's right.
Now that's not all of it, but that's part of the world system today. And see how interesting it would be if you went all the way back to the forefathers and all the way down. And I'm talking about not God's people and how they were living, but I'm talking about the world system. Now, my generation, a while back, they were, their deal was, well, everybody else can do it. You know, if you don't do it, you're an oddball, and a little bit won't hurt, and you know, some of that kind of stuff was prevalent back in the day. And I quote a few last songs, but I won't do that. I'm going to start thinking about some of that crazy music back then. But anyway, it would be, there's always, every generation along, there's always been this prevailing world system that people have, and if you're not careful, you'll get caught up in it. As a believer, you're to witness and do all the things that you're supposed to do. And, a lot of times the world, they just want to hear. And if you're caught up in a lot of the stuff that's out there in the world system, you want to get along. And listen, you should get along with everybody. But if you give this book out, you will raise some feathers.
Right.
You know what I mean? People will say, people won't like it. You know, I had a lady to tell me one time, I had just witnessed her about Jesus being the way, the truth, and the life. And she told me, she said, the very idea that somebody thinks that their way is the only way. And I said, I didn't say my way was the only way. Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Amen? And He is. And so, anyway, I'm just trying to get you to see three reasons why all this is a mystery to these people. When they first read it and everything, they're just getting started. They don't even have down pat the exact concept of everything in the church, but they're learning. And the church is growing and it's exploding, and people are being saved, and people are learning. The New Testament is being written. But that's the environment. And now they find out, when they're finding out about the church and what the church is kind of all about. Now they're finding out that one day there's going to be a rapture, and the church is going to be called out. And those saints that have died and their bodies are in the grave, they're going to come up first. And then we which are alive and remain, we're going to be called up. So all this stuff is brand new to them. They're like, wow, listen to that. You know, I get the concept of the church, and now I figure out there's going to be a rapture. So number one, who were the first people to read this? Those at Corinth, and then as the word began to spread and other churches began to read these things. And then number two, you can't find the church in the Old Testament. Now, Jesus introduced the idea of the church back in Matthew. You remember when he's having that conversation with Peter, and he asked his disciples a good question. He said in Matthew 16, Jesus came from the coast of Caesarea Philippi. He asked his disciples say, whom the men say that I, the Son of Man, am? That's a good question today. To ask somebody, who is Jesus Christ? And then, and here's what they said. And some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others, Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. They knew it was somebody, you know. And he said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And old Simon Peter, bless his heart. You know, we give him a hard time that he's messing up all the time, sticking his foot in his mouth, and all this stuff. But every now and then, old Simon Peter just gets one over the fence. I mean, he has a grand slam and a bottom of the knife and just saved the whole ball game. Here's what he said. Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Christ.
Amen. Right.
The Son of the living God. Amen?
Amen.
Amen, Peter. And Jesus commended him on that, and he told him there in verse 18, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I'll build my church. Listen, the church was not built on Simon Peter. It had been in a mess. Because he told him a little while later, get thee behind me, Satan. Okay. And, he said, thou art Peter, upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And that's as far as I can tell. That's the first mention of the church. Just a little while later, just on down the road, just a little ways, Jesus gives some instructions on settling problems in the local congregation. Now, I'm sure that he got those disciples together and he talked some about the church and what it was going to be about and gave them some instructions and directions, probably no doubt that are not listed in the Bible, but as far as what we have here in the Bible, that one reference to our Peter on this rock I'll build my church, he's talking about that statement that he made. Do you believe that Jesus is who he said he was? Right. That's it. That's the rock that the church is built on. That Jesus Christ was who he said he was. And so, a couple of chapters later, he gave some instruction on settling problems in the local church. And he said, you go to the guy, if you got a problem, you go to him personally. If he won't hear you, then you take some couple of weeks and go back and see him. Verse 17 says, if he neglect to hear thee, tell it unto the church. But he may neglect to hear the church, and let him be as a heathen man or as a publican. In other words, there was a list of things you were to do to settle problems in the church. Now, I thought it's kind of odd, almost, that the two times he mentioned the church, number one was what it was going to be built on, and number two was settle the problem. Isn't that kind of odd? So you know what that tells me? Every day there's going to be a problem in the church. Okay? But then after that, the next time that the church shows up is over there in Acts chapter 2. And it shows up over there, and then it kind of gets the ball rolling in Acts chapter 2, verse 47. Here's what it says, praising God and having favor with all people, and the Lord added unto the church daily such as should be saved. And then after that, boy, it's church, all the way through the book of Revelation. But I'm telling you, you can't get in that Old Testament and dig out stuff on the church. And so that's who it was written to, the people that first read it, and then you can't find the church. And then number 3, I'm going to try to tie all this together. It's a mystery because we don't know exactly when it's going to take place. Amen? In my short life, is that funny? In my short life, I have heard several predictions on the rapture of the church. Say amen right there if you know what I'm talking about. I didn't dig all of them out. But do y'all remember if you were around in 1988, how many of you were around in 1988? All you old time. That's not that long ago. 1988. But there was a book that came out in 1988 that said, 88 readings, why Jesus had come in 88. so that happened, and when he did come in 88, that same guy wrote a book that he'd come out in 89, or he'd come back in 89, and then he used 1993 and 1994, 1997, finally people was listening to it.
He died.
Yeah. Now, somebody a while back, and I'll stay out of names and all that, somebody a while back had everybody stirred up about the blood moons.
Yeah.
Oh, the blood moon. Oh, he's coming back. Here it comes. Well, we know what happened with that. And some of those errors are caused by people getting too involved in some dispensations. Now, I believe in dispensations. I believe this is the greatest dispensation. But you can get crazy with dispensations. You just have to be careful with some of that stuff. And some of those guys figured out, I know what they were thinking. They thought from Adam all the way through to Christ, from Christ to like 1999, and this started in 2000, that is 6,000 years of recorded history. Now they thought that they were really into dispensations. They thought that when the 7,000th year recorded history started, which would have been in year 2000 or 2001, whatever how you want to look at it, they thought that since that was the 7,000th year of recorded history, that had to be the millennium. Guess what? It ain't.
And they thought it wasn't going to be no worse. Like,
Right. And so some of the guys figured, well, since that's going to be that's when the millennium is going to start, and they thought, well, now 7 years of tribulation have got to take place, and that means the rapture is going to take place in 1993. Can I tell you something? We don't know when the rapture is going to take place, and I got to be honest with you, I'm cool with it.
Amen.
And I could go on and on and on about these different times and dates. This is being recorded right now. If you study the Jehovah's Witnesses, man, they had all kinds of dates predicted to return to Christ. I mean, just dozens of them and everything. And obviously these are wrong. It's kind of like my Chinese friend, Long Way. He's not good with directions. So, anyway, that was a joke. I have to use to laugh every now and then. But that's three good reasons that it's a mystery. And we look at that verse over there, and we say, he said, "Behold, I'll show you a mystery." We're like, well, it's not a mystery, but it was a mystery, and it is a mystery. We don't know when he's coming about. How many of you, well, this goes way back. Back in the day, they had a Southern Baptist group, and they're good guys, good men, and it was a good song, but it said, "Jesus is coming soon." Morning or night or anything. You will be there too.
Yeah.
You die, I've already heard it a few times. It's a good group, the inspiration song. And my friend, my mentor in the Word, Brother Pike, was preaching a lot in those days and everything. And it seemed like the world was just on fire, that Christ was coming back this year. Now listen, he could. I'm saying. And Brother Pike, I respect him so much. He refused to say that he's coming soon. And Brother Mike was preaching with a lot of big name preachers and all this kind of stuff. And I gave him a lot of grief. And he said, "I know that Jesus is coming, but I refuse to say soon." And we're going to have to spend one more week on this. Okay? I just want to give you those three. And I refuse to. I think it could be. I think he could come back. And listen, you and I need to live our life like there was was in charge of this beautiful mansion in the ground. People would come and they would tour and they would look at the house and the gardens and everything. It was kind of like, it wasn't the Billboard, it was kind of like the Billboard. And this one guy was in charge of the whole thing. And somebody asked him, so the owner here, he said, yeah, he lives here. He comes here a couple times a year, and he stays in it's his house. He stays in some, stay a few weeks or whatever. And they said, well, do you know when he's coming? He said, oh no, I never know when he's coming. He never tells me. He said, yeah, but the way the grounds are and with everything is just so perfect. He said, it looks like that you have prepared for him to come tomorrow. You know what he said? Oh no. Today. Today. That's how you and I need to live our life. Oh, he's not coming back tomorrow. He's coming back today. If you don't come back today, I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. If you don't come back tomorrow, I'll be looking for the next day. Okay? Now listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the 3 sheets. I want you to start looking at them some. And what we'll do next week, we'll try to go over some of this material that's in here. Okay? I had in mind all week that I was going to do this and this. And then this morning I got to look at this and I thought, I'm probably not going to hear from this.
We can study.
Huh?
We can study.
I know. But just take it and look at it, and it'll be a help and a blessing to you. I just listed just a few verses. Let me say this. Wait your appetite. I mean, what am I doing? Wait your appetite. All of the signs in the Old Testament are for the second advent, when Jesus comes in power and great glory. Every one of them. There's none of the Old Testament signs that point to the rapture of the church. I just told you a while ago, the Old Testament's not even in the church. The church's not even in the Old Testament. Okay? And so, all those things, there's 2 parts to the resurrection of the saints, the rapture, when we are caught up, and the revelation when we come back with Him in power and great glory. Every one of those Old Testament promises, signs, are going past the rapture and going all the way to what we call the revelation or the second advent, when Christ comes in power and great glory. And guess what? We're going to be with Him. Yep. And ride on white horses. Now, I'm not real crazy about horses. And I'll be okay. In Bible college one night, they got all talk about all that stuff and everything, and every little detail, you know how they were, though, and just all that stuff and everything. And I think Randy Stubblefield, somebody, I said, I'll tell you what's going to happen about that time. Jesus is going to say, shut up and get on the horse.
And you're going to listen.
And you're going to listen. Exactly. And, so I'm not really a horse person down here, but I'm going to get whoever my horse is going to be. We're going to be buddies. And everything up there. I'm just going to, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to shut up and get on the horse. Let me just get some of you that.
Okay.
Father, thank you for this time together. Lord, we thank you for your precious word. I do believe, Lord, that you're coming. And I believe it could be soon. But Lord, if you don't come today, I'm going to look for you tomorrow. If you don't come tomorrow, I'm going to look for you the next day. And I'm going to be like that guy that said, they said, you act like he's coming tomorrow. He said, oh no, today. I'm going to be that kind of guy. And Lord, I want to be ready when you come and busy doing what you have me to do and all those things. Lord, I pray that we as a people will live our life like that. Be guided and directed in all that we do. Dismiss us in your love. Meet back with us Wednesday night that we come and have a time of prayer and all that goes on Wednesday night. In Christ's name we pray for us. Amen. God bless you.